I'll also include anecdotes, historical incidents, and biological details to make it more thorough. 1. Mosquitoes, the deadliest creature on Earth. It may surprise many to learn that the most dangerous animal to humans isn't a predator with sharp teeth or venomous fangs. Instead, it's a tiny insect that barely weighs anything, the mosquito. While mosquitoes themselves don't kill, they are the prime vectors for deadly diseases that do, responsible for over 1 million human deaths annually. The most notorious of these diseases is malaria, which infects millions of people annually and results in hundreds of thousands of deaths, particularly in sub-Saharan Africa. Malaria alone is responsible for a significant portion of mosquito-related deaths. However, mosquitoes also carry other lethal diseases like dengue fever, West Nile virus, yellow fever, and Zika virus, all of which contribute to the mosquito's staggering death toll. One of the reasons mosquitoes are so dangerous is their ubiquity. They are found on every continent except Antarctica, and their ability to breed in even the smallest amounts of stagnant water makes controlling their populations extremely difficult. While many efforts, including insecticide spraying and the development of genetically modified mosquitoes, have been undertaken to curb their spread, the mosquito's capacity to adapt means it remains a persistent threat. 2. Humans, our own worst enemy. While we often focus on external threats, humanity's capacity for destruction makes us one of the most dangerous creatures on the planet. Through violence, war, and crime, humans kill other humans at an alarming rate. Our ability to innovate, strategize, and use tools has allowed us to dominate the planet, but it has also led to conflict on an unprecedented scale. Wars throughout history have claimed millions of lives. World War II alone resulted in an estimated 70 to 85 million deaths, both directly through combat and indirectly through famine, disease, and genocide. Even outside of large-scale conflict, violence and homicide account for hundreds of thousands of deaths each year globally. Aside from physical violence, humans also endanger one another through environmental destruction, pollution, and poor health practices, leading to long-term health issues and deaths. The dangers posed by humans extend beyond immediate violence, including the rise of diseases caused by our impact on the environment and climate change. 3. Snakes. Silent, lethal predators. Snakes, particularly venomous ones, have been feared by humans for centuries and for good reason. While not all snakes are dangerous, a few species are responsible for thousands of human deaths annually. The most dangerous snakes include the saw-scaled viper, black mamba, and king cobra, all known for their potent venom and aggressive behavior. The saw-scaled viper is responsible for the most snake-related deaths worldwide. Found primarily in India and the Middle East, this snake's venom is hemotoxic, meaning it destroys blood cells and prevents clotting. Victims often suffer severe internal bleeding, which can be fatal without prompt medical intervention. The black mamba, native to Africa, is feared not only for its deadly venom, but also for its speed and aggressive nature. Its neurotoxic venom can cause paralysis and death within hours, if not treated with antivenom. In some parts of rural Africa, where access to medical care is limited, a bite from a black mamba is often a death sentence. The king cobra, the longest venomous snake in the world, is found primarily in Southeast Asia. Although it tends to avoid humans, when provoked, it can deliver a large amount of neurotoxic venom in a single bite, which can cause respiratory failure and death. 4. Dogs, man's best friend, but with a deadly twist. Dogs have long been regarded as loyal companions to humans, but in certain circumstances, they can be incredibly dangerous. The primary threat from dogs comes from those infected with rabies. Rabid dogs account for around 25,000 deaths annually, particularly in regions where access to vaccines and post-exposure treatments is limited. Rabies is a viral disease that affects the nervous system, leading to a range of symptoms, including paralysis, hydrophobia, fear of water, and aggression. Once symptoms appear, rabies is almost always fatal. The virus is typically spread through the bite of an infected animal, and in many parts of Asia and Africa, dogs are the primary carriers. In addition to rabies, aggressive or mistreated dogs can pose a threat through physical attacks. Large breeds, particularly those trained for combat or protection, have been involved in fatal maulings. While these incidents are relatively rare compared to rabies cases, they highlight the potential danger even domesticated animals can pose when improperly handled or provoked. 5. Tsetse flies, spreaders of sleeping sickness. The tsetse fly, native to tropical Africa, is responsible for spreading a deadly disease known as sleeping sickness, or trypanosomiasis. This parasitic disease, caused by the trypanosoma parasite, leads to severe neurological symptoms, including confusion, poor coordination, and sleep disturbances, which can eventually result in death if left untreated. Sleeping sickness primarily affects rural populations in Africa, where access to healthcare is limited. While efforts to control the tsetse fly population and treat the disease have been somewhat successful, it remains a significant threat in certain regions. The tsetse fly is an excellent example of how even small creatures can have an outsized impact on human health. The tsetse fly feeds on the blood of mammals, and its bite can transmit the trypanosome parasite into the bloodstream. Once inside the human body, the parasite multiplies, leading to fever, headaches, and joint pain in the early stages. As the disease progresses, it invades the central nervous system, causing the characteristic sleeping symptoms. Without treatment, sleeping sickness is almost always fatal. 6. Assassin bugs, kissing bugs, silent killers. Assassin bugs, also known as kissing bugs, are a group of insects found in the Americas. They are responsible for transmitting Chagas disease, a potentially deadly illness that affects millions of people, particularly in Latin America. Chagas disease is caused by the Trypanosoma cruzi parasite, which is spread when the bug bites and defecates near the wound, allowing the parasite to enter the bloodstream. Chagas disease can cause a range of symptoms, including fever, fatigue, and swelling at the site of the bite. In its chronic phase, it can lead to severe heart and digestive problems, which can be fatal. While the disease can be treated with medication, many people in rural areas go undiagnosed until the disease has progressed to its later stages, making treatment more difficult. Assassin bugs are nocturnal and tend to bite humans while they sleep, often targeting the face, which is why they are also called kissing bugs. The bite itself is not painful, but the real danger comes from the parasite they carry. Efforts to control the spread of Chagas disease include improved housing conditions, insecticide spraying, and blood screening in areas where the disease is endemic. 7. Crocodiles, ancient ambush predators. Crocodiles have existed for millions of years, making them one of the most successful predators in history. Their powerful jaws, sharp teeth, and stealthy nature make them formidable hunters. While crocodiles are not typically aggressive toward humans, they are responsible for hundreds of deaths each year, particularly in Africa and Southeast Asia. The two species most dangerous to humans are the Nile crocodile and the saltwater crocodile. Both species are large, aggressive, and capable of taking down prey much larger than themselves, including humans. Nile crocodiles are responsible for the majority of crocodile attacks on humans in Africa, often ambushing people who come too close to the water's edge. Saltwater crocodiles, found in Southeast Asia and northern Australia, are similarly dangerous and are known to attack humans who venture into their territory. Crocodile attacks are typically sudden and violent, with the animal using its powerful jaws to drag its prey underwater, where it drowns before being eaten. The sheer strength of a crocodile's bite, combined with its ability to remain undetected until the last moment, makes it one of the deadliest creatures in its environment. 8. Hippopotamus, the misunderstood giant. Hippos may look like slow, docile animals, but they are anything but. These massive creatures are highly territorial and aggressive, and they are responsible for more human deaths in Africa than any other large animal, including lions, elephants, and crocodiles. Despite their bulky appearance, hippos can run surprisingly fast both on land and in water. They are known to charge boats, people, or anything else that they perceive as a threat to their territory. A hippo's large tusks and powerful bite can easily crush bones, making any encounter with one extremely dangerous. Hippos are particularly dangerous in and around rivers and lakes, where they spend most of their time. Fishermen, boaters, and anyone living near hippo habitats are at risk of being attacked if they inadvertently get too close. While hippos are herbivores and don't actively seek out humans as prey, their aggressive behavior and immense strength make them one of Africa's most dangerous animals. 9. Box jellyfish, A deadly drifter. The box jellyfish, found primarily in the waters of the Indo-Pacific region, is one of the most venomous creatures on the planet. Its tentacles contain thousands of tiny, venom-filled stingers that can cause excruciating pain, paralysis, and even death. The venom of the box jellyfish attacks the heart, nervous system, and skin cells. In severe cases, it can cause cardiovascular collapse and death within minutes. Even survivors of box jellyfish stings often